Hey guys, welcome to another segment on the Scorpion Devil. Happy Friday, guys. It's Friday. For those of you guys that just work Monday through Friday, great. You guys get a break, a weekend. And then on top of that, I forgot Monday was Memorial Day. So happy Memorial Day also on Monday. So some people have a 3-day weekend. That feels nice. I'm off tomorrow, so hey, it's good. I'm finally glad that the week is over with. And actually, to tell you the truth, this week has flown by so fast. I don't know. Obviously, I guess because maybe it's because I've been busy. I've been busy, you know. And when you're busy, your whole week just goes by fast. But I mean, this whole year has gone by fast, even with the pandemic. It's almost about to be 2021. So, turning over a new leaf towards the end of 2020 feels pretty damn good, you know? So tonight, this evening, I was going to talk to you guys about, because I had made a segment yesterday, and it was short. It was about the night that I had yesterday, which was awesome. It was an amazing date. I actually had my very first official date with my boyfriend, and that was just awesome. We had so much fun. We went to the park over there on his side of town, and we talked and we laughed and we just got to know each other. Even though we've known each other for a long time, since middle school, we have to catch up as far as now, what are we doing now? What are our goals? What are our morals? What do we expect from each other? Stuff like that. So that's what we did. We was walking hand in hand in the park, and he was taking me through all the fancy houses that are over there in his area, and I was like, ooh, they're so nice and big, and all the fancy houses, the ones that you dream about being in, that we were over there, and we just had it was really a really good night. And then he surprised me, and I don't know if some of you guys, there's one person that listened to it, and I hurried up and deleted it because I really wanted to spend this time and kind of talk a little bit more than what I usually do, because last night I was half asleep, half awake, but then I was excited as well because it's been going good. It's been going really good. So he just, my nickname for him is G Baby. So he gave me a key to his car. Now, you guys might think, okay, wow, what's the big deal about that? To me, that's a big step because, that's trust. That's the first step to trust. You trust that person. You trust that person with your vehicle. You trust that person with, the keys to your apartment. You trust that person with, you trust them. Because, if somebody was crazy and they got mad or something like that, and they just decided, okay, I'm going to find him or her's car and bust it up. I got the key. I'm going to go in and I'm going to trash it. I'm going to this and that and this and that. You know what I'm saying? People are crazy nowadays. But I'm not the type of person. I would never do nothing like that. That was kind of crazy because Carmen's a bitch. But, I would never do nothing like that. But it's just the fact that shows me that he trusts me. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't do it from hesitation. It was just kind of do you have your keys on you? And I was like, yeah, babe, I have my keys on me. He was like, okay. And he grabbed his keys and took it off and gave it to me. And I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, I'm not. Why would I not be sure? Here you go. I was like, oh, wow, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm saying I'm going to drive his car and like that, but if I wanted to go over there and drive his car, I have the key to it. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? My car is in the shops, and I just have one key to my truck, so I can't give nobody keys to my truck, otherwise I won't be driving it. Well, I can't drive it now because it's a dud. The Prestige Ford people are still trying to work on it, trying to create a miracle, but it's still not working. Nothing's happening with this truck. So the man that worked on it, that my mom referred to me to work on it, came over and blew up my car. So I mean, that was just crazy. And my car was fine. It had its little odds and ends, but it was fine until he messed with it. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so that was a big step. And then we talked about like the future, just what do we see each other, in the next few months to year, and so on and so forth. And we obviously want the same things. We obviously, are so much alike in so many ways, because it's crazy because, so I can tell you one thing that me and him are alike. And okay, so one day, I think it was yesterday, he goes, God, I forgot, I can't think. It was a statement that I always usually say. It was like, okay, so I was at work and he texted me, and I texted him back, and he thought that I meant like I was upset. And he said, okay, I'm so sorry I made you upset. I see you're at work. Just let me, I'll hope you have a good day at work, and like kind of shut it down. That's some stuff that I'd say, especially if there's mixed communication and like you're just reading a text message. So text messages are however you want to make it. If you want to make them mad, then make them mad. If you want to make them happy, then you make them happy. If you want to make them sad, then you make them sad, because the person's not actually like opening their mouth and talking. They're just, using the words and texting to you. So you put whatever expression you want to put inside that text message. So he thought the way I texted him back was an upset text, and he sent me that. I was like, that's some shit that I'd say. I'd say, I'm sorry, you're at work, didn't mean to upset you, some shit like that. And I was like, you can't pull a Kiki. Like, you can't say that. You can't do that. That's my role. That's my, and he started laughing. He was like, yeah, I did sound like you. And I was like, you can't do that. And then another thing that we have in common, like, we want to travel. Now, he's been probably to more out of the country places than I have, because I've never been outside the country. I've been to DC, I've been to Alabama, I've been to Mississippi, I've been to Virginia, I've been to Maryland, I've been to, of course, Texas, I've been to South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Louisiana, Colorado. I've been to those different places, but I haven't been to Rome and Italy and Barbados, and he's been to the Virgin Islands and stuff like that. Like I haven't been there, and he was talking about, I want to go out and travel and stuff like that. And I was like, shoot, I do too. Like, I love traveling. I don't like sitting still and just waiting for things to happen. I'm the type of person that likes to get up and go. You know what I'm saying? I need a mini vacation. I need a mini spa. Let's go. So that's another thing that we have in common, that we like to travel. Another thing we have in common is we like music. He loves music. I love music. It's crazy because our emotions are the same. Like whenever he's, not his self and something happens to where he's like down in the dumps, he'll just shut down. And like me, I emotionally shut down too. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to look at you. I don't want to be around you. Like and it's not a negative thing. It's just like, I just want to be by myself. Like, I just have time. I just need time to clear my head. And that's how I am too. And I do a lot of walking and stuff like that. That's why I was trying not to walk so much again, because I'm starting to lose weight again. And I just started gaining. And I'm like, no, it's starting to fit where it needs to fit. I don't need to be walking anymore. So that long walk that we did yesterday was a good walk. I haven't walked since my freaking surgery. I haven't been walking like that and stuff like that. So being able to walk like that was awesome. It was a different change. And then after we stopped walking, we ended up talking to this lady with this dog, and he started loving on the dog, and I'm like, shoot, I love dogs too. Like, and he was like, I don't like those dogs that's like big and hefty. I said, I don't like them neither. I said, I like something that's going to stay small. He said, me too. So it's crazy we have that in common. We just have a lot of relationship goals in common. A lot of just, as far as like spiritual goals, like, also, keeping God first in our life. That's a thing we have in common too as well. The fact that, we want to live God's way, and, by the book and everything, what I'm saying? Just putting God first and everything like that. That's crazy. And then also like kids, like he loves kids. Of course, I'm a mom. I love kids. And it's a lot. We learned a lot about each other, and I'm very appreciative of him. Like I'm thankful and blessed that God has brought him into my life. And I know he feels the same way about me, because it's just like we've shared a lot of stuff. And even when we try to like nitpick and like say, like have an argument or something like that, I don't even know if you can call that an argument, because we always do like where we end up busting out laughing and just changing the whole entire subject. Like it's like we can't get mad at each other and stuff like that. We both apologize for just everything, even if we haven't done anything. We're just apologizing. It's so it's so cool. It's so cool how well we bond, and we're not afraid to communicate with each other. We're not afraid to share our feelings. We're not afraid to share how our day is going, or what we don't like, what we do like, and just yesterday was a really good time that we needed to just connect on a more social level, on a more spiritual level, on a more mental level, and just get to know each other from the inside, and I feel like I can tell him anything. I feel like, and I haven't had that, like, you have those people where you can tell them different things. You can tell them something and they go, okay, I understand. And then the next day you'd be like, okay, you remember when I said, oh yeah, what happened again? Like, no, like, I feel like I can tell him anything and he'll listen. Because he was like, babe, you're sitting here just being quiet. Are you like listening to me or whatever? I said, yeah. I said, because what's the point of me talking while you're talking? I want to understand everything that you're about to say, just as well as whenever I'm talking, you be quiet. You want to understand everything that I'm saying. It's mutual. Like, he doesn't over talk me. He doesn't make me feel like I'm the worst person in the world. He listens. He's very caring, very loving, very concerned. He cares about everything. Like, I mean, oh my God, if I could like cut my finger, he's wondering like, what can he do to make me feel better? Like, it's so cute. It's so cool. It's kind of like that teenage love type stuff again, it's awesome. But he's a really good guy. He's a really awesome person. And I just enjoy being with him. We had a really good date yesterday, and he was telling me, he was like, how some women think that like the first date has to be like at a fancy restaurant, valet parking, fancy this, fancy that, it's nice to have that fancy, and he's like, I don't mind the fancy, but sometimes the fancy gets in the way of you actually knowing the real person. And he was like, I like the fact that you're down for whatever. I'm like, the park is the park, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to push me on the swings, I'll get my big ass on the swings and we'll push each other on that swing. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I have kids, so I understand, like, just being out of the house, just being around an adult, just being able to enjoy his company is all that I can look for, all that I can ask for. And it's not like, okay, you have to put on a suit and tie or nice slacks and a shirt, and I have to put on a nice dress or nice pantsuit, and we're going to go out and eat dinner and then talk the same way we can sit here and talk with each other, like we're doing now, you know what I'm saying, without all the, all that, and he even offered to take me to to dinner and stuff like that. And I still turned it down because I was just like, well, for one, I wasn't hungry. And for two, I was just enjoying like his company just on the regular, like just us being regular, just us being us. And so that means a lot when you can be able to do that. And it doesn't make you mad by, he asked me, where do you want to go? I said, I don't care as long as it's with you. And, and that's exactly how I felt. And it wasn't a big deal for me. And he picked a quiet and romantic spot, and we walked and we talked to everybody at the park. Everybody at the park was so nice to us. Like, they were over there, hey, how are you? And oh, y'all are so cute together, and just everything. He complimented me on my clothes and how I looked. He was like, baby, you look so beautiful. And I was just like, oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just us. It was just us being us, and it felt so good. But yesterday was a really good day. Like, we laughed, we joked, we played around, and stuff like that. Like, we can laugh about anything. I've never laughed so much in my life. Like, just, playing around and being funny and just enjoying each other's company and being each other's presence is really nice. And then, the fact that, like, I guess now that we're progressing in our relationship, he's communicating with me a lot more about his feelings, about what's going on, like his daily day. It could be at work, it could be family, just everything, because we've shared so much. Like, he knows things about me that I wouldn't tell just anybody, and I know things about him that he wouldn't just tell anybody. So I think that's a start of a strong relationship. And I think yesterday really did top it off, because we got a lot of things out in the clear and the open, got a better understanding of each other, and that's all that it takes. Like, you don't want one person to be on level 5 and the other person to be on level 1. You want to both be on the same page, So that was a really good time for us to get on the same page and stuff like that. So I really did have a good job. I really did have a good time yesterday. Today was a little bit harsh. I don't know, my back was hurting. I was tired. I was just irritated and stuff. I don't know why. And then it's just like when he texts me, all that irritability and everything just goes away. And then, and I'm smiling like 95% of the day of the time. I mean, I've never had so much joy in my heart. Us talking about, God, and just, our spiritual side just brings joy into my heart. And just everything, the fact that, my kids accept him, my kids love him, he loves my kids, like it, and they bond so well. It's scary, because the first time they met, they bonded like no other, like they've known each other for years, and it's just that's just something that that doesn't happen often. Kids are like, they can feel when the vibe is bad, they can feel when there's something off, and my kids didn't feel that. Like, they felt nothing but positive energy and a positive vibe for him, and they warmed up to him very nicely. So it was really a relief, because I was like, okay, if my kids feel something bad, then obviously something is off. Something is not right, and I'm going to listen to them, because, my kids can feel things that I can't feel. They can, sense things that I can't sense. So, that was a relief too, because a lot of things were answered through that. Questions that I had that I couldn't ask him, but I just wanted to observe and watch. And I observed and watched, and it's just been nothing but just positivity. Like, even when he has his down days and I have my down days, we always end up saying something to somebody, saying something to each other to make our day a lot better, or just a little bit better. It might not be a lot, but it's a little bit better. And it was just awesome in so many ways. So I know if he's listening to this podcast, babe, I want to thank you for being in my life, for sharing these moments with me these past couple of weeks. Like, it's been awesome. My kids enjoy you. I enjoy you. And it's just been a really nice journey, turning over a new leaf. And I look forward to more, and, see what our future holds. So that's all I wanted to say. Just to keep you updated, guys, on my day yesterday, and just let you know about me and G Baby, and just everything that's been going on. I'm going to keep you guys in my prayers. Please keep me in your prayers. And also, there is an area in my podcast where you guys can leave me comments about any of my segments that I have done on the Scorpion Temple, and I can reply back to you, which is pretty cool. So if you would like to do that, by all means, go ahead. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear some suggestions on any topics that you think I should do, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and a great Memorial. I'll see you guys later. Peace.